Hello? Hello? Okay, cool.
Oh, great.
Okay, hi.
That'll be perfect. That'll be like our big Switch 2 one.
Yeah, I'm
What's up, Jeff?
I'm
Hello.
I'm live. Hi. Okay. Um I'm
Yeah,
not
that'll be
gonna
perfect.
I'm not bothering waiting around for Adam. I don't know what dumb shit he's doing.
We'll do
Uh
it. We'll do a show.
so I mean, I'm not doing the intro because I don't do it. We know Roger got upset last time I talked about it.
That you don't do intros?
Yeah, I said it's phoned in and then you got offended.
Well, because I am offended. I mean, I always do an intro
Yeah,
for
but
every
it's just for
every
me
video that I do.
specifically.
That's right. That's right. Well, you got in a little hot water this week. You want to talk about it?
I did?
You did, yeah. So one of our fellow Japan Time staffers, it wasn't really hot water. We were all just like, what the heck? One of our fellow Japan Time staffers, Fidel, got all his stuff hacked the same way I got all my stuff hacked. Like, when was that? 2 years ago?
Mhm.
When I had my YouTube and my Twitch and everything.
Somewhere
About
around.
2 years, I think.
Yeah. And then Zeph made a post in our group chat being like, all you YouTubers are so stupid. This shouldn't happen to you. And it created like this firestorm with you, with Warchef. And I saw it on my phone because I've been running around between like.
I was trying to cook.
Bro, you were not cooking. That was that you overcooked. I think.
No, I was literally cooking. I didn't even want to talk.
Oh, you didn't want to. I thought you thought you were cooking. I'm like, you did not. I'm like, that was such a stressful thing when it happened to me, and
It just is appalling to me how often and with such stupid methods that people's livelihoods on the internet get caught by.
Have you actually found out what it was? Because I've been talking to Fidel for a couple of days. I actually found out how it happened.
Isn't it that Toblerone bullshit?
Yeah, I thought it was a Toblerone ad.
It was crazy how it happened, though, because when it happened to me, like I said, I had downloaded OBS, and I thought it was OBS off like the OBS website, but I downloaded it. Like I just went to OBS, typed on Google, and like downloaded it, and I wasn't home, and I just needed OBS on my computer, so I downloaded it, and then it was like malware, and then it just messed up my whole computer, and that's how it like, and the keystrokes and everything got into everything. How it happened to Fidel was in Florida with Aru for the past like 2 weeks, and then they were streaming. Both of them were streaming off of his phone. And so like they were doing IRL streams and a bunch of stuff. And so it got her YouTube because her YouTube was logged in and he was logged in as like a manager for her YouTube channel. But his Twitch and Twitter and YouTube, which at least when it happened to me, my Twitch wasn't lost. At least my Twitch was okay. His Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube all got keystroked, but it wasn't even on a laptop. It was on his phone. And he didn't even download anything. Like, you know, normally when you get caught by these things, it's like a PDF or something and you click a link, or like you download a program or something. And it's
Did he like open the PDF? Because the phone will, if you open a PDF,
He had to have opened something because you can't just
That's
like.
what it was. So what it was that he saw the header of the email and clicked the header of the email and then read down, and then underneath, it's not
You
like where
fool.
you click the link or anything, you don't download anything, but it opened on his phone and then it just like got everything. But oh man, it's just it's crazy to me though that it's this easy nowadays. I feel like it shouldn't be that easy to just hack you and take all your livelihood that easily.
yeah, it is wild that
I will say that
you
like
just get it
the
so
coding,
easy, and then they have everything.
the coding
Yeah.
side of it is impressive, but it's also like it's not just the hackers.
No, but I think the thing about it, which is odd, because normally when you think about the idea of like, because this one when it happened to me too, I figured like the same thing kind of happened to Fidel. When it happened to me, right, the hackers got into everything, but they didn't like take anything to my knowledge. I ran like, you know, credit report checks. I did everything to make sure that like nothing was stolen or my.
What was
identity wasn't
yours?
stolen or
What were
anything.
was it a crypto thing?
No, it was also a crypto thing. It was like some
Wasn't
bullshit.
it the
Elon Musk.
one?
Yeah, that's what it was. I wasn't sure if that was you or
And
not.
you guys are talking about crypto. Interesting.
We're talking about Fidel getting
Yeah,
fucking.
I know.
Yeah. But when it happened to me, they rebranded my channel as like Tesla and then took all my videos down, and it screwed up all my permissions. So like my privacy permissions, all for like all my videos, all my private videos, members videos, unlisted, everything all went public. So it sent like thousands of alerts to my YouTube channel. And for him, it was the opposite. They basically just took everything down and made it private. and then went up and put this live stream up. But then they didn't change the name of the channel until way after. They changed the name like initially, but it still said Games Cage. And same thing with Aru. It still had like their logos and everything. It didn't remove anything or try to be a different channel. It looked like they were actually streaming.
I think the things that happen to you guys are two completely different circumstances.
I don't know. The thing that happened, I mean, like it being this live stream crypto thing that takes over your YouTube channel.
No, it's different in the sense that
by the same people.
You Googled OBS and then Google gave you the wrong website. And
I guess that's true. Yeah.
You downloaded the thing. This person specifically went after someone and sent them something that they had to open. But it was more than just him. Like I posted that one YouTuber who has 5 emails in a row from quote unquote Toblerone. There was, what's his name? The guy that does spooky stuff.
Guy who does spooky
Wendigoon. They got him.
Okay. Yeah.
And they got a couple.
They got Afro sent you.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The whole thing is just so crazy. And it is weird too, because like obviously with any sponsor thing I do now, I basically have like a short list of places that I know it's coming from. And before I even like go past and even click in the email, not even like click a PDF or anything, God forbid, but like literally just click an email. I look at the Gmail that it's coming from. And usually if it says at Gmail, that probably means it's a scam.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not coming from a company one, or it's coming from like a weird ping, right? It's coming from like a bunch of random letters .com. That's probably a scam one too. But
just
it's just
like
weird they don't get filtered through. Yeah.
Just a tip for people that do this, if you're listening for some reason. So if you're on a phone and you get sent a weird link, or not even a weird link, you get sent something that is claimed to be real or whatever, right? And you go to open it, instead of just raw opening it, what's it called? Hold. What are they? There's like an official term for holding down on the screen, but whatever. You like hold down on the link, and that long press, whatever it is, on the link, and then you copy the address, and then you paste the address not into your browser, but like somewhere you can read it. And if the address looks weird, don't bother. And if you're on your computer, even easier, you go to the link, you hover over it with your mouse, you look at the bottom left corner of your screen. If it's something weird, don't do it. But you can also just copy the address there too.
For the copy address thing, do you mean like put it in like a text file or something?
Yeah, just anywhere.
Anywhere. I see. That's actually good to know.
like he's saying on your phone, put in like a document, like a Google Doc or something, so you can see what it is before you ever do anything with it.
The one that really was like shocking to me was I did a sponsored stream recently for a game called Girls Frontline. It's like a gotcha game strategy.
I know, it's a titty game.
Right, yeah. It was actually pretty fun. But besides the point, when I got that sponsorship email, it came from this thing called JTAH ads in China, where they sent like the initial thing. And the email itself, it was a legit email, actually from this company. But that email, despite being legit, got filtered out by Google, and it said like, this is going to contain harmful information. Are you sure you want to click it? And so but the amount of money that they paid me to play the game was like absurd. So I didn't want to just like ignore the email.
Was it a Chinese address?
No, it was an English ad. I mean, I could even tell you right now what it was. It was a, hold on. So it was NetEase. It was corp.netease.com is where it came from.
Why would that be on Google's automatic?
I don't know, but it was on like the automatic filter thing where it's like, this is going to be harmful. Do not click this. And it took like passing through 3 different ways to make sure that it was legit. Like I contacted one of my friends who recently did one with them. And then I contacted my friend at Crunchyroll who works with them. And
that's another thing.
That email's legit.
When it's happening to this many people, do you guys just not talk to each other? Like what the fuck?
It's because it's happening in like weird different ways. I think I'm kind of shocked it happened to Fidel because we've talked about this on the show before, where like the number one thing you should do is get yourself a YubiKey. Like get yourself a physical key that doesn't do two-factor through your phone number, but like an actual physical key that you put into your
Yeah,
your
even then, that's not
phone
100%, but it's better than.
But it'll solve a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I don't remember where I cut you off on your thing. My bad, but that was like just pissed me off while I thought about it.
I mean, there was nothing else to say. I'm just saying.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I was just starting the show because you said there wasn't an intro, so I figured let's start by talking about how one of us got to act.
Have you seen the fucking evil Fidel images?
The AI image.
Weird AI.
Yeah. Well, I also think that's the part that's different because it seems like they targeted Fidel specific. Like with yours, it's just generic. Like here's Elon Musk, but with Fidel, like they're specifically trying to get people to buy specific crypto around like Sonic.
The Sonic coin, right.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
No, there's
a video.
Yeah, he like stands up and turns into Sonic. Hold on.
Oh my god, I did not.
He gets out of his stream chair and then he morphs into Sonic.
Here.
What in the world?
Once this all passes over, we should really use that as an intro.
There's no way. What?
It's so funny.
It's fucking crazy.
I've not seen this.
Looks like he looks like evil Fidel, dude. Like,
I mean, that should be an intro for a China Time, honestly. That should be the cold intro for like a China Time going into a bootleg episode of the show. Wow. Yeah, that certainly didn't happen to me. I didn't have like AI deepfake images, thankfully.
yeah, your doppelganger didn't come out.
No.
This is insane.
That is genuinely insane.
And then it's Sonic on a Mario. What the fuck?
Dude, it's all AI, so it's like it's confused.
It's all AI, but like,
look at the thumbnail.
check this.
Look at the art on the wall. Look at his.
Oh yeah. I did that when I first saw this on Twitter. I like started looking around. Like this one looks better than the other one I saw. The other one was super fucked up. Like everything on the wall was just wrong.
Yeah, that's the AI photo one. That's the one that I had seen when it happened the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange.
But yeah, I don't know. Not much more to. I hope we get. Well, the thing is with this is when it's so widespread like this, it will automatically like YouTube can't be like nothing's happening. So I can only assume everyone's gonna get their stuff back.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing was when it happened to me, it was like what, early 2023 or something when that happened. Yeah. There was no precedent for it. I was like one of the first people that it happened to, and so
now they're more than used to it.
They used what happened to me as a case study on like how to fix it quickly. So like, yeah, he got his channel back within like 2 days, basically, which is great. Like now it's at a point where people are able to get him back really quickly. Nothing gets deleted. They're able to pull stuff off the server, and like your stuff is fine. But for when it's happening to you, if it's never happened to you, it's extremely terrifying, especially if it's like it's one thing if like you're doing it as a fun thing, but like if you're me or Shofu or Fidel or somebody and it's like your full-time job, it is horrifying when it happens.
Maybe you guys need like handlers.
Handlers? What do you mean?
Like a manager or something?
Yeah.
I don't want that
much.
But even then, the manager could still get tripped up. And
I was going to say the manager.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say like you'd have to make sure like if they gave you the advice I just gave you, then I guess they would be qualified. You can't just hire a fucking. Because very often, in like Hollywood and even comedy, managers are very often fucking idiots or bad people. So I wouldn't. Yeah, never mind. I just needed to think about it a bit clearly. Anyway.
Speaking of something, I actually, this is a weird intro.
Wait, have we started?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I wanted to ask why you hate the TV show 6 Feet Under.
Because I do work as a funeral director.
So it just doesn't like line up with what you do at
well,
work?
It's all
like,
bullshit, obvious. Yeah, it's all bullshit. And anytime I would bring up work, people would be like, oh my God, have you seen this show? And then it would make me mad because it happened like 57 times.
Did you ever watch the show though?
Like an episode. Or two.
The finale of the show is actually very good. Like if you literally don't watch the show and just watch the finale, it's worth it.
Yeah, dude. Do they buy a coffin?
No, you just gotta watch.
Because that's what happens at the job.
I mean, yeah, I think at some point somebody does buy a coffin on the show, but that's not the final episode.
Do they go to town hall and get permits?
No, everybody in the show dies. Is what happens.
Interesting.
Literally everybody dies. Yeah.
It never happens
so
at work.
It shows you the death of every character basically that's involved in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like ass.
It's good. It's a good show.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, because you weren't here the last time I asked, and now that we're on the topic of it, I think I want to do this almost every time. Have you guys been watching any movies or shows in your downtime?
I can pull up all my stuff I've watched since the last show.
Yeah,
the last thing I just watched was fucking terrible.
What'd you just watch?
So remember how last show I was like, yeah, I watched this. What's the term? Found footage horror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Found footage. I watched another one because the premise seemed kind of interesting.
Can I get the name first?
It's called Be My Cat, a film for Anne.
Never heard of it.
So it's about this guy in Romania.
Oh boy.
That he wants to make a movie because he just watched The Dark Knight. And he's so obsessed with Anne Hathaway. He's like, he's recording this like documentary himself on like his phone or his own camera. And he's like, and I'm gonna show you, like, I'm gonna make this documentary now to show you how well you can work with me to make the greatest movie of all time. I'll make you a superstar, blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna make.
He already is.
What? Right, but this guy's like
Bastard.
delusional. So this guy's like, I'm gonna make like the prototype of the movie that we're going to make with 3 like local actresses.
Happening in like modern time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the movie came out, I think 2017, 2016.
It's happening like not in like 1970.
Well, no, Dark Knight didn't come out in 1970.
Oh, shit, I forgot about the Dark Knight part. I forgot about the Dark Knight.
Right.
So, yeah. So he's like, he hires these like 3 separate actresses at 3 different times, and it's just like found footage of like how he like murders them, basically. But the entire thing is like 80 minutes of him talking to the camera, and then 10 minutes of like actual horror in quotations, because the horror's not really horror. It's just footage of him like strangling a woman or like him cutting up a woman off screen. So it's not really scary. It's just literally like it could have been like a YouTube video in 2007 of like a guy just vlogging for the first time.
That's all it is?
It was more funny than scary. I took the piss out of it because I realized like 20 minutes in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be absolutely shit. So I'm just gonna like go into this with like, I'm not gonna take it seriously at all. And yeah, that's literally it. That's the movie ends with one of the girls like being allowed to run away, and that's literally where it ends. It just abruptly ends. It's really ass.
Fuck.
Yep.
I would never watch that.
So that was the last one I watched. I think since the last show, I've watched around like 10-ish movies. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them I don't really have to mention. I watched Mickey 17.
Watched that movie.
Wasn't a big fan of it.
Liked it until the plot changed.
I liked the first 20 minutes, and then the writing just started falling down a cliff.
I would have rather like they focused on what makes a person.
Yeah, me too.
Then it became.
Isn't that what wait, isn't that what the movie is? Where there's like
no, it turns into weird
fucking commentary of like
alien government.
Shit.
Oh,
they're little worm dogs. Yeah, I don't know. They're cute.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I feel like if they focused on the actual like human cloning stuff and not like the aliens on another planet and shit like that. I probably would have been a bigger fan of it. I think Pattinson was still pretty good in that.
Yeah, he's always good in whatever.
Another Pattinson movie I watched was Good Time. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Nope.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's directed by Benny Safdie. He was in Oppenheimer. He's gonna direct. There's a movie coming up that he's gonna direct. I forget, but he's pretty notable. I think he had a part in Uncut Gems as well. But it's about Robert Pattinson's character and Benny Safdie's characters, who are brothers, and one of them has, I think, Down syndrome or something like that, or like he's got some difficulty like parsing social interactions and shit. And so Robert Pattinson, who's the like not that what I just described, he plans a bank robbery with his brother, and they both end up getting caught, but Robert Pattinson manages to escape, and then the whole movie is him trying to figure out how to bust his brother out. And it's shot really well. Like, I don't want to, like, the more I explain it, it'll get really spoilery, but it was really well done. Really good soundtrack. And I think this is like Robert Pattinson, like one of his better performances. I highly recommend watching this.
And it's called Good Time, you said?
Good Time, yeah, Good Time.
Anyone else watch shit? I know, Roger, you've been traveling a bunch, but I don't know if you've...
I did right... I don't remember if we talked about this on the main show. Did I talk about I went to go see Sinners in IMAX?
I rewatched it because you can stream it now.
Oh, okay, because
you can stream. Okay, I'm watching it.
I saw it randomly on like a Monday 3 weeks ago, like before I left for Epic Universe and before I left for Combo Breaker and everything. And they did like a reprint because people were saying you have to see this movie in theaters. That like there's this sequence that's like amazing in IMAX that you have to see in theaters. So I was like, all right, I'll go watch the IMAX version. And I hadn't seen it at all. This was my first time seeing it. Have you guys seen it? Can I like openly talk about it?
I haven't seen it. I would like.
You haven't seen it? Okay.
Yet.
Okay.
We can talk about like the premise.
Yeah. Without getting into spoilers.
I know the premise, but like the super details I don't want to know about.
Yeah, I won't give super details, but I'll say that I think the first half of the movie is like really good.
Yes.
I think the first half of the movie is excellent. I think the second half of the movie is dog shit. Like, I don't even think kind of good. I think it's like actually actively terrible. It is like stupid slasher horror garbage, which like if you like horror movies, great, but like that's not what the first half of this movie was being set up as. And there's this
parts of the second half were all right.
Parts are there's parts that are good, but then it also has like 3 different endings. Like it ends 3 different times. You're like, okay, already. Like let's.
Yeah, that was insane.
Which is insane. But like the middle scene in the middle of the movie is which again, without saying what it is. That sequence in the middle of the movie, I guess, was like what they shot in IMAX. I guess that was like the big IMAX sequence. And I was like, I don't see why people are talking about this. Like, you need to see this in IMAX. I was like, it was fine, but it didn't seem like you need to see this in IMAX kind of movie. It's definitely something you could watch at home. And I recommend watching it because like I did actually enjoy it.
I liked every character.
But I actively wish the second half of the movie wasn't like a schlocky kind of like horror movie. I wish it was like more like what the first half was without getting too much into it. So yeah, but I think it's worth a watch.
I've seen one scene from a Twitter post that I don't want to say because it could be spoilery, but I did not expect that to be in the movie, and I was like, oh damn, that's what this movie's about. Okay,
yeah.
Something small that I appreciated because everything is like it's like era appropriate.
Right. That was good.
But I was pleasantly surprised. They did put in Asian family as shop, like convenience store runners, which was like what they did back then.
And they have I know exactly where you're going with this.
They didn't have the accent. They didn't force the actors to put on the accent.
Right. They had like an actual natural Southern accent, which is what they would have had at the time, as opposed to like, your stereotypical racist kind of early 20s kind of accent. Yeah. No, it was good. That aspect of it I thought was really good. Again, I think all of the historical stuff was really interesting. I think it's once it got to the supernatural stuff that I wasn't a huge fan of. But again, some people might really like
parts of it. Yeah, like it's that's why I think people like it, like because parts of it are super strong, but then other parts are like, okay, man.
Yeah. And then on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, this is like, it's not a movie or anything, but it's just, I've been rewatching pretty much every day while we're sitting eating dinner. We've been rewatching The West Wing. Have you guys ever seen the show The West Wing?
No.
I know Westworld.
I haven't.
Okay, so The West Wing, it's basically a show. It came out in, I think it was like 1999 or 2000. And it was like a show that was on the air for about 6 or 7 seasons that is basically over the course of this 2-term president. And you're sort of like getting a look inside of his cabinet, and it sort of plays on actual things that were happening at the time. But obviously, again, it was like airing starting in 1999, and I think finished airing around like 2006. But the writing is actually like really good on the show. It was written by Aaron Sorkin, who did like The Social Network and A Few Good Men and a lot of other really good movies. It's a great show. I feel like it's one of those kind of iconic dramas of the late 90s, early 2000s that like not a lot of people talk about, because I think nowadays, if you go back and you watch it, parts of it are a little too close to home, I think. But for the most part, it's still a really well acted show, and it's been enjoyable, like doing a rewatch. So yeah,
the whole underappreciated thing of that era that I think people should watch. I don't care about the other seasons, and not the movie, but seasons 1 and 2 of Fargo are really good.
Oh yeah, they are good. Also, wait, I see someone saying, wait, is Martin Sheen and literally Trump? No. That's not what it is. Martin Sheen plays the president. He plays President Bartlett on West Wing, and he is an economics professor. He is not like a businessman person at all. It's nothing like that. You just got to watch it for yourself if you're ever interested in like political shows. Like I said, I think it's aged pretty well, and the writing is pretty good. But the one other thing I was going to mention, though, is outside of watching stuff, I've actually been playing a lot of stuff amidst like all those plane rides, and it's been a lot of retro games. And the main reason I did that is actually because of Coast. Do you know why?
Yes, sir. Retro achievements.
No. It's not because of retro achievements. I've been playing on the Switch for the most part, but I did this because you roasted me. Because every year I put together my list of like games.
Dude, your list is insane.
And you are
so fraudulent.
Your list is nuts.
How are you gonna list 3 Pokemon TCG Pocket expansions as completing the game?
Because I like every expansion. Whenever I get the complete expansion, I like to mark it as like something completed, so I know the day that I did it. So what
not a game.
I mean, it's the equivalent. You play like 10, 15 hours to get to that point. When you're playing ranked.
No, it's not. You could literally pay for it all if you want and get it done in half an hour.
All right. Well, regardless, I'm telling you that I did this thing because you were making fun of me.
Good.
So just wait. All right. So,
you need to get your games up, bro.
So that's what I did. Is I was like going through just on all the different NSO apps on Switch. I was going through and playing a bunch of old stuff. I played Kirby's Adventure for the first time in like a decade. That game is still great. I played that on NES NSO. And then I was kind of on a Kirby kick because of Air Riders, and like I did an Air Riders video, and I've just been thinking about Kirby a lot. So then I started playing Kirby's Dream Land 3, which is on the Super Nintendo Switch Online one. And I'm like, wow, this game is garbage. So I moved on to Kirby Superstar instead, and I did a playthrough of Kirby Superstar.
I beat that recently too.
And it's great.
Adam played it for the first time.
Fantastic. One of the best Kirby games. Really excellent. So I played that on Super Nintendo, NSO. I finally 100%ed Pikmin 2. I love Pikmin 2, and I never actually 100%ed it before. It was extremely hard, but I had a really good time doing it. And that was basically like my main plane game when I was coming back from Orlando on my way back. Actually, wasn't even on my way to LA. It was on my way to Chicago. So I played, I 100%ed Pikmin 2. I beat Donkey Kong Land, which was on the Game Boy NSO, like the original Donkey Kong Land.
Country D-Make, right?
Yeah, that game is not great. I think it's technically amazing.
It was very
that they got.
It was very great when it came out. Like being able to play Donkey Kong Country on mobile was sick.
But it's not Donkey Kong Country D-Make. So you're thinking of Donkey Kong Country D-Make that came out in 1999-ish, like around the time of Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong Land was made using assets from Donkey Kong Country, but was like a totally different game. there's things that are taken out of Donkey Kong Country, but like the Donkey Kong Land.
But it's like the weird, ugly graphics, right? Like
yes, and there's like flying pig enemies and like all this weird stuff that's not in the other ones. There's like strange levels with these moving platforms that I've never seen in any of the other ones as well, with like where you're basically jumping and then moving in one direction, moving to a different area. I can't even explain it. You just kind of have to see it for yourself. But I played through that. And then I also played the new Gradius game that just got added to NSO like a week ago. This was Gradius the Interstellar Assault is the name of it. It's an NES. This is, I think, a demake of Gradius. Actually, no, I think it's like a full-on sequel because they take stuff from the NES version, but they remix a bunch of levels.
There's a few games like that. Like on Game Boy, it's not called Mega Man 5, but it's called Mega Man V or whatever instead.
Right. Yeah, and they have like the 5. Those are all actually on NSO too. You could play those. But then I played through the Gradius game that was on Game Boy as well, and I had fun with that. So now, like within the course of a week, I beat Kirby's Adventure, Kirby Superstar, Pikmin 2, Donkey Kong Land, Gradius, obviously Expedition 33 prior to the last episode of Japan Time. So I've been beating a lot of stuff in the lead up to Switch 2. So thank you for inspiring me, Coast.
Actually,
get your games up, bro.
I think I was just thinking, my bad. I think calling the Game Boy Mega Man 1 V is just a fan thing to differentiate it from 5. But I still think it might be a Roman numeral because there's Mega Man 1 through 4 in the Game Boy already. That's the best one.
I would say for me, in terms of watching things, since I was super busy like all last month, finally got a chance to like catch up on this season of anime, so I do quick things for all these ones. I think Vigilantes is really good. I see why people say they like this story more than the original My Hero. So I'm really enjoying Vigilantes so far. I'm the evil lord of Intergalactic Empire. It's funny because he's trying to be evil, but he just isn't. So it's one of those. It's like everything he's doing is just helping people, but he still feels like he should be more evil. I think Windbreaker is amazing. Honestly, it's one of like season 2 of that is really good. The animation in that show is good. Like it's like a delinquent one, but if you like any of those, Windbreaker is really good. The beginning at the end, a lot of people shit on this because some of the combat is a little slideshowy, but I'm enjoying the story. I also just like fantasy stuff, and isekai, so yeah, I like it. What is Our Last Crusader: Rise of a New World? This thing started this season like a couple years ago, I think, and then it just stopped, and it's finally back, and it's good. I enjoy it. It's almost Romeo and Juliet, but with swords and magic, basically. That's how I would describe that. And then I haven't started watching the new Fire Force yet, but that's mostly what I've been doing. I just like literally most of these anime, I picked them out at the start of the season, and I just started binge watching them now that I had some time and caught up to them all.
I remembered something that I watched. There's this documentary that I watched. It's called The Remarkable Life of Evelyn. I don't know if any of you have heard of it.
Mm-mm.
So it's about this kid named I forget his name actually already, but he's got a degenerative muscle disease called Duchenne, and so basically from birth to like I think he was like 20 or something. He was just slowly dying because his body couldn't support itself, and he just ended up being in a wheelchair at like 10 years old. And yeah, he just died 10 years afterwards, right? But because his parents felt bad that he really couldn't like have a meaningful life to their standards, they were like, all right, fuck it. Like you can just play video games whenever you want because you can't like run outside and play with your friends and stuff like that. So he ends up getting into World of Warcraft at like 12 years old.
One. Yeah.
And he literally just stays inside until he passes away and just plays World of Warcraft like 12 hours a day, right? And his parents are just like, oh, he's never going to have any friends, blah, blah, blah. And after he passes away, his parents started getting a bunch of emails from random people, and they were like, your son was awesome. I'm so sorry for your loss. Like, he had such an impact on my life, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, who the fuck are these people? And it turns out this kid was like extremely popular on World of Warcraft, and like lots of people knew him. and it's this documentary that retells his experiences in WoW through animations in World of Warcraft, and like they interview people in real life that he interacted with and helped and like had experiences with, and it was really well done. Like I cried like multiple times during it. It was a really moving piece. It's just it was really interesting to watch because they did like half of a documentary in real life, and then they did like reenactments in World of Warcraft. So it's really interesting. It's somewhat short. I highly recommend watching it. It's phenomenal.
Is it like when WoW first started or something? Or
no.
Okay.
It just the guild he was in kept a log of like literally everything he said, every emote he did, every action. So there were like 40,000 pages that they had to skim through and like select what they wanted to animate and stuff. But it was just from when he started playing. They didn't mention like what expansion or whatever he started playing at, but it was from then to when he passed away. I don't remember when he passed away.
But it was young, I guess.
Yeah, he passed away when he was like 20.
Damn,
okay. Yeah.
Man.
Highly recommend though.
I think I saw even Blizzard retweet that. I think that's how I saw it because it popped up on my feed one time.
Yeah, they seem to be okay with it, like WoW appearing in or like being used as.
They pay respects to a lot of people who like had a big impact in their game and stuff.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yep, it's on. That's where I watched it.
Right on.
Dude, I mean, it's not even worth like worrying about spoilers. Does anyone want to just talk about the bastardization of Lilo and Stitch?
I have not seen it. I do not care about spoilers at all
either.
Yeah.
I've heard some about it. I haven't seen it after hearing.
Yeah, so you know how Ohana means family?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lilo goes back. What's her name? Gets rid of her.
Yeah, Nani.
Nani?
Yeah.
Then she like go back to California to and leave Lilo alone.
Yes.
I mean, Lilo's kind of a brat, so I don't blame Nani.
Come on, man.
Go enjoy your college life, Nani. You're fine. It's fine.
Fucking Jumba. Jumba sounds like any white dude.
Well, it's Zach Galifianakis, isn't it?
Yeah, but it like, I know the dude's dead. Like, couldn't we at least try to make Jumba sound interesting, like he used to be?
I mean, they also made Jumba the villain, right?
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
Which is
they made him the villain. They cut it's Gantu, right? I think.
Yeah, he's not in it at all.
Him out entirely.
It's very bad. It's definitely by far. Lion King's close. I don't know which one's worse, but out of the live actions,
no. The worst of all of them is Beauty and the Beast. Without question, the worst one is Beauty. Have you seen Beauty and the Beast?
No.
Okay.
Well, I've seen the original.
The recent one. What's the one with Rachel Zegler, whatever her name is?
Oh, the Snow White one was apparently pretty atrocious too.
Yeah, I thought that one.
Oh wait, yeah, Mulan is another one that goes against the entire part of the story.
They're all pretty atrocious.
Why do they do that? Every single one goes against the moral of the story.
The difference, I think, with the Snow White, the Rachel Zegler Snow White one, at least, versus Beauty and the Beast, is like even if the movie was a piece of like complete garbage, the new Snow White, at least like Rachel Zegler, even if she's annoying, can at least like carry a tune. She can sing. Like the heavily auto-tuned Emma Watson Belle in Beauty and the Beast is just abysmal. They add like a whole subplot about her mom like dying from the plague that just did not need to be there. That movie is atrocious. There's no reason that movie should exist. None of these live actions, to be fair, should exist. They're all pretty bad.
Cash grab.
Crazy thing about it is this Lilo and Stitch movie, I have not seen it, but the reports came out after this weekend about like the box office so far. In 2 weeks of being in theaters, it already has made $1.1 billion.
I'm sure people were excited to go see it, and then
it's the third highest grossing movie of the year behind Minecraft, and there's like a Chinese animated movie called Ne Zha 2. That's the number one, and it's got like 2.5 billion or something, so it's not going to catch up.
The first day it was out, it already passed the original release of Lilo and Stitch.
That's insane.
Something that really bothers me in everything now
I thought you were going to say what really bothers me are Disney adults.
Well, yeah, sure, but something that really bothers me now is the fact I love when stuff come out on their own and try, but everything has to be a sequel to some old shit, a remake, a prequel, reimagining. Like, nothing stands on its own legs and starts a series anymore. It's very rare for like that to happen, because I guess now you just get sent, if you're low budget, you just get sent to stream hell and die. Like, your movie just rots away. But
like
it's a really annoying
Dale movie, like the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, half live action, half animation movie. I actually really like that, but it was straight to Disney Plus. They did not put it in theaters.
Yeah, straight to whatever kills so many people's interest.
Oh yeah,
like the same. Like, it's what's happening with that Frankenstein movie that they showed at the Netflix thing with Oscar.
Oh, that actually
that is awesome.
I wish that was in theaters. I would love to watch that in theaters.
Well, that's going to be in theaters for sure. So the thing is that with select films that have potential for award season, they always release them in theaters. So like there was that Roma movie from Netflix that came out a couple years ago that got a theatrical release. That Frankenstein is for sure getting a theatrical release. So is the Knives Out one.
What the?
I rewatched that recently.
Was that Shofu? What's up, Shofu? Welcome.
I don't know what's going on in here. I just joined. What's going on?
It's just
my show.
Oh shit! I'm chilling in shit.
So we talking about Jesus again now, right?
Yeah, we just talk. We just talk bullshit.
For that, bro.
we just talk bullshit on this one even more so than on Japan Time.
Oh, I know.
We're doing movies right now. Do you like? Are you a movie guy at all? No.
Hell no.
I figured. Yeah, I don't think I've ever
no.
once.
What do you mean hell no?
No, dude.
Movies?
The whole time I've known Shofu, I don't think he's ever brought a movie up to me.
I've not.
Not once.
How does that happen? How do you go through life not watching movies?
No, that was me for a long time. I recently got into them.
I watch the movie occasionally.
Do you watch TV at all?
What the fuck?
I can pull up, dude. Okay, so remember
on streaming services.
I was gonna say, if you want to bring up whatever anime you watch, that's what I did. I brought up animes I've seen recently.
Bro, you're such a nerd, dog.
Bro, I can't get away with that.
Okay, so remember when I sent you guys all that form with all those things to input and stuff? There was one for movies. I'm not going to use it because there's so many bad things, and it just wouldn't make for a good one. But okay. I'll show you guys two answers that were really funny. For Dan's, I asked for 3 favorite movies. All he put was movies are gay. Happy.
What?
Shofu put super bad. That's it.
That is not. If I would have been quizzed on what is the one movie that Shofu will have said that he watched, I don't think Superbad would have been the choice.
That's an all-time classic comedy.
That's the best movie ever made.
It's a good movie,
but
literally
revolutionized an era of how comedy is done in movies.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, it's very important to comedy. Comedy's in a bad spot in Hollywood now. It's like they try, but it feels like comedy movies always get kneecapped now, and then something fucking fucked up happens, and then it's bad.
And then fucking Kevin Hart comes out playing the same exact character he played 30 other movies.
Yes, he's sitting on The Rock's shoulders, slowly becoming one.
There's that movie with Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson that I kind of want to watch. Friendship.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That came out last week. I want to watch that.
I didn't even know that movie's. I didn't know that's a thing.
I saw
Rudd
the
and Tim Robinson.
Yeah, Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson.
You know what made me sad?
It's like Paul Rudd moves into the neighborhood and Tim Robinson like has no friends and his wife's like, you need to make friends. So he's like desperately trying to be this guy's friend.
You know what made me sad was that I watched the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2 and that shit is straight to Netflix.
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah. What else happened? Chopper happened.
Yeah, Chopper looks good. Chopper looks good.
I thought it looked pretty good.
I'm on the fence with Chopper. There was something about it that like couldn't like bring me 100% on board with it. I don't know what it was.
He probably has some sort of uncanny thing going.
I can tell you one thing, but I can't go into too many details.
Yes.
But I have a feeling that the voice, the original voice of Chopper is not the voice of Chopper that we got.
Yeah, and we know that.
But Chopper, I don't mean like the voice of Chopper in the anime. I mean like somebody was cast as Chopper and then potentially got recast.
Again, we know that.
But the other thing about it is that I think people are going to be, if they're not sold on it yet, I think are going to be very happy when they see what the other points look like. Like when you start seeing what the other, guard point, arm point points of Chopper look like in it, I think they're going to be pretty happy. Because I know they're doing something cool in particular with like his human form. That I think people are going to think is neat.
It's going to be Steve Buscemi.
How come?
No.
The CGI effect for stretching is bad in everything still. Like, there's never been a good...
You'll never get a good stretching
effect. But then, the thing I'm trying to figure out, like, in video games, it looks okay.
Because they're not real people.
Yeah, I know, but they look like sometimes they're damn near.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see it myself, but someone very close to me saw it. One of my buddies went to the screener, that surprise screener of Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four movie.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it's okay, which is, I think, a big bummer to me. I think I was expecting this was going to be like the first good one. Galactus is apparently really good in it. That what they do with Galactus and like the MCU version of him is apparently good. But the movie itself, basically the Fantastic Four is like the weakest part of the movie.
What?
That everything else around it. Yeah. Right.
I was hearing like some pre-taping stuff like that where like they said the best part about it is Galactus.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what I heard too. Yeah.
Aren't the Fantastic Four's characters all like really good?
They are, but I think the problem is that with the movies in particular, they're always trying to set up like all four of them and give them all unique, like they're trying to basically set up four new characters, all making them unique and all making them like where you want to root for them in other things, but they've never had the opportunity to be in other things, if that makes sense.
You know
what I mean? Where it's now they're going to be in Doomsday and people are going to be like, oh, that's cool. The Fantastic Four is there. But like when you have them on their own without Dr. Doom, they're just kind of like, all right,
I've been like branching out into other stuff just because I've been bored for the past like couple months. So I've been reading comics sometimes. I'm just assuming like, have they ever gone over the Thing's backstory? And they do? Because like it feels like the issue is that they don't have enough time for all four of them on screen in a movie.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
that's the big problem with a lot of superhero movies. They never do.
Yes,
Thunderbolts, I thought did a pretty good job.
Well, they're also already established characters. Yeah.
But I think would
it have been better to do a show for them?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of
for Fantastic Four.
I think you had to make a movie of Fantastic Four. It's like a big deal that Disney has it.
No, but I mean like a show. Like, would that have?
Oh, to like set it up.
Yeah, because they do that.
You could have. Yeah, I mean, they could have done that, but
I just thought like them deciding to put it as this otherworld timepiece, but it's obvious they have to tie it in some way. So now it's like you're going and watching this and knowing that this has to link into everything else. So like the fact that it's a timepiece is just, I don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. That part always seemed weird that they went with that angle.
I'm not going to go watch it, but I know a lot of people are excited for the new Jurassic movie.
I have no interest in watching.
I'm pretty sure
I'll see
that
it
like
when it's I'll see it when it's in theaters because I got my AMC thing. So.
I've like there were like toy leaks and people like there's like a lot of cool dinosaurs that they're putting in. But yeah, I'm not one of them, so I don't know. Oh, on the topic of this one's sad, obviously. It just happened. Mr. John Redcorn was hate crimed, the actor.
You mean like from King of the Hill?
Yeah, he's dead now.
What the hell happened? You said he got hate crimed?
Yeah, he got shot to death by his neighbor for being gay.
What?
Yeah.
This just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Very cool. Very cool stuff.
What kind of... Damn, man. That sucks.
And like I'm assuming he had to have been in like a nice neighborhood too, so it's even more insane.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a well-known actor. I did not hear about this.
World we live in now, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
People have been absolutely brainwashed. It's sad that like I don't know if he's appearing in the show or not, but it's sad that it gets announced and then he dies.
Yeah, the reboot. That's right. Yeah. Damn. Oh yeah, it says here was most recently seen in public last Friday at the Revival panel in Austin for the show. So assume he would have been on the show. Where did he live? In Texas?
I had to be somewhere like that.
Damn, man.
Yeah, that's some sad news that happened. I think that's like the big news of today, right?
Yeah, that's the headline for today.
Another
probably going to be 2 more celebrity deaths that follow.
Yeah, they're always in threes every time.
Yep.
I hope to God it's no one young. That's the only thing. I don't want anyone to die, but especially not young.
Which celebrity you want to die?
Who are the oldest celebrities currently living?
Let's see.
Which celebrities?
The oldest celebrities alive.
Did you say?
Karen Marsh. Karen Marsh is 106 years old.
Which celebrity death would have the most impact on the world?
On the world or on like you personally? Because I know mine personally.
On the world.
Dude, a concept that was brought up on something I was listening to. You know, like the Buddy Holiday plane thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the day the music died.
There was a point in time where like every big artist, I don't know who it was like Taylor Swift and a ton of other artists were all on a plane together. And if that never happened, please don't happen. If it happens at some time, it's not because of me bringing it up, because that's a thing that happens. I don't know why you talk about it, but they were all on a plane together. And if that plane went down, I couldn't even imagine what the cultural fallout would be from it.
Taylor Swift, if she ever like passed away, or especially if she was young, I mean, that would be like
in an accident.
I'm trying to think of like an older celebrity to like avoid like a tragic kind of like.
Mel Brooks is 98.
I mean, you know who's still alive and kicking?
Dick Van Dyke is 99.
Right. I was gonna say Dick Van Dyke. He has like a younger wife. He's up there tap dancing and stuff. I mean, he's
old is Michael Caine?
Oh, he's pretty old. See. I think he's got to be up there. And I know like Clint Eastwood is still directing movies.
92.
He's like 95 years old.
Yeah.
92.
Man.
I just watched a podcast recently with an old-timey director on it. Where is it? Hold on. I just watched it. David Mamet. David.
Oh, David Mamet?
Yeah. He's done... he's best known for Glengarry Glen Ross.
Which is on Broadway right now with Bill Burr.
Yeah. Henry Johnson, House of Games. I guess that's why because I watch only comedy podcasts typically, and he was on a comedy podcast. I guess that's why, because Bill Burr is doing his.
Right, he's doing Glenn Ross.
Yeah, he's done a couple other cool things. Heist, the Spanish prisoner.
Aunt May from like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies is still alive. She's 97.
She looks good for her age.
Yeah, I'm saying that's like amazing.
Yeah, a couple like they're still moving too. You think when you're 90, you just can't, like, you think you're just paralyzed, but
I guess maybe if you're like a big actor, it's a little easier. Like you've got, a lot of
you can
money,
take care of yourself.
Trainer, you can take care of yourself. Right, exactly.
Uh-oh.
What's up, buddy? Who are you thinking is the most impactful celebrity death?
Scooby-Doo.
He doesn't like Scooby-Doo.
Snoopy.
Oh, yeah, Snoopy would be the answer. Yeah, he agrees. It's Snoopy. Don't worry, Snoopy's fine, bro. It's okay. He's not going anywhere. I'll show you here. I'll get Woodstock from there. Come here.
I think for movies and stuff, that's about it. There's been so much like weird. There's been so much like news and just things happening. I haven't been writing down talking points, but one I did think to talk about, because it's literally soon, is Switch launch day. Is everyone getting one?
Of course.
I'm trying.
I am.
Well, Adam, you're going. Okay.
I'm also
I gotta fucking camp out for mine. Not really camp out, but I gotta go to a midnight launch and get one.
On the topic of it, here's an image. I'll put it in my chat too. Nintendo sent out of stock signs preemptively.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm honestly, I didn't care for a long time, but now that it's close, I'm pretty excited. I really want to play Mario Kart.
There's a lot of, the launch day lineup is actually pretty solid. Obviously, like, there's people who are upset about the game key thing, which I understand, but I also feel like, as somebody who has been mostly digital through the Switch generation, like,
digital's the way to go, clearly.
Yeah. I'm like, unless it's a big game, unless it's like a Donkey Kong Bonanza or like something along those lines where I know I want a physical copy, like, I have no problem with having everything digital. Like, it's fine. What I will say, though, is like that launch day lineup, like on actual launch day, we're getting GameCube NSO. So everyone can play like the online F-Zero and all that kind of stuff is all going to be there. You have the Switch 2 editions of both of the Zelda games day one. You've got, which again is included if you already have if you have NSO, you literally get Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and GameCube all included day one. Plus, everyone
for Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, is it just the upgrade or is it the full game?
It's the full Switch 2 edition if you own the original game. So if you have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on your account, it gives you the Switch 2 edition for free.
I thought it was just the upgrade.
Well, that's
or is that
what
just separate
upgrade?
Yeah.
Like,
so
that is the upgrade. That is
the upgrade. Okay. The upgrade is basically like it unlocks the Switch 2 edition, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's weird that like I guess like, because some are done already, we know for a fact. I guess they're rolling them out in waves. Like, I was very surprised not to see Thousand Year Door Switch 2 edition, because you can unlock its FPS and switch the buttons.
Yeah. That's coming. I think there's rumblings about a Nintendo Direct either this week or next week, around the time of like Summer Game Fest and around the time of launch. I hope to God that it's like early next week so I can watch it when I'm not.
I'd like Mario RPG with HDR. That would be cool.
I feel like Thousand Year Door is almost a lock.
Yeah, it has to be because it has it already.
Well, the other thing with that is like if you look at the games that are getting Switch 2 editions outside of Metroid Prime 4 and Legends ZA, which obviously haven't come out yet, right? So like they could just make the Switch 2 edition essentially be like the definitive way to play the game. The other Switch 2 editions have like some type of new content, and specifically Kirby and Mario Party both have like completely new modes that are exclusive to those versions, which is why they're, I think, like a $20 upgrade instead of the $10 upgrade. I think it's not out of the realm of possibility that Thousand Year Door gets like Paper Luigi, the Marvelous Compass, as like a 5-hour, 6-hour, like single player campaign edition thing for them.
Yeah, because they they usually have a bit more in terms of like they usually show a bit more of their year, I feel like, of stuff coming out. And like
I just did a video about this, so like it's fresh on my mind, but I think by the end of the year we'll have doubled the amount of Switch 2 editions we already have now, and I think you've doubled the amount of like free upgrade games. Because I think the Xenoblade games are like a guarantee for free upgrades.
Xenoblade 2, please, God.
Xenoblade 2 will probably get a free upgrade, but I don't think it's getting a Switch 2 edition because I think that'll be like a definitive edition in a couple of years.
Yeah, because Xenoblade 2 is old enough to warrant it at this point.
Right. But like, I think all the Pikmin games are going to get mouse controls.
Yes.
I think Pikmin 4 is going to get a Switch 2 edition. I think you're going to have like a Louis side story.
Oh, you'll be able to do some probably crazy stuff in 4 with Ochi and a mouse.
Yep. So I think Pikmin 4 will probably get like a full-on edition. I think Paper Mario will probably get a full-on Switch 2 edition. I think Mario Wonder, we brought this up even on the main show, Fidel and I have been talking about it for the 40th anniversary, is like because the Mario team, the 3D Mario team is currently at work on Donkey Kong, there's a very low chance that we would get like a 3D Mario this year. But because of the 40th anniversary, I think there's like a high likelihood that we get a big expansion for Mario
It's weird
Wonder
that there's nothing.
Mario Wonder Switch 2. Yeah. Well, also, the other thing that they could do is they could do a re-release of Mario 3D All-Stars and a Switch 2 edition of Mario 3D All-Stars that includes Galaxy and 60 FPS HDR for all 4 games. Because Galaxy 2 is not on the original 3D All-Stars.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that.
I don't know. I think they could. I think they might. I also think Metroid Prime Remastered is a good shot at getting one because all the stuff that's already in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the mouse control, 1080p, 60 FPS or like 120 FPS or whatever they're doing, 4K mode, that all seems like a really easy thing they could tack on as like a $10 upgrade for Prime Remastered.
So my question is, right, for some of these games that we know at 60 FPS mode, isn't it just possible for some of them you put it in the Switch 2 and it just runs that back the Switch 2 can run it? And
so that is
need to do an extra patch or anything?
That's kind of the difference between the free upgrade thing, is that the free upgrade thing is essentially a patch that all versions of the game are going to get, but that when played on Switch 2, unlock like HDR and everything. So like ARMS is getting one day one, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Which
for example, with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you have to, like, if you load it in emulator, it still runs shitty. You have to actually edit like a small part of the code and it'll like flip to like you can get more FPS out of it.
And legitimately, I mean, like if you've seen that footage of Scarlet and Violet, it looks like a different game. Yeah.
I still don't think it's going to change anything. Like the issue with Scarlet and Violet. In fact, I had a thought that this update could make the game worse because there are many more Pokemon on the screen, which makes, I don't know how many times I've ran into some bullshit I didn't want to in that game. Like
don't
none of the issues.
Make shiny hunting easier?
Yeah. But like none of the issues with Scarlet and Violet, like the core serious problems were the game
FPS
running.
wasn't the biggest issue that the game had. Like
I definitely don't. I definitely don't disagree at that, but then still looking at it and seeing it run at 60 and not whatever the fuck it was running at, it still just looks like, to your eyes, it's more pleasant to look at it. Now the game is still ugly as shit, but like it just makes it not as bad. That's what I think.
Didn't they say they're upgrading textures and stuff though? So like the sandwich stuff won't look like shit.
They update if they update the overworld textures, we could talk, but yeah, I don't know.
I probably will, like, because on launch day, when like we're all streaming and playing it and doing stuff, I actually do think I will boot up Scarlet and Violet just to see.
I probably will as well, because I was thinking about, like, the thing was, I was looking at the Switch 2 like launch lineup and I was like, damn, there's actually not much here that like I'm really interested other than like Mario Kart World. So I was like, maybe I'll just go back and play some new or some old stuff.
Are you playing Deltarune? That comes out launch day.
I don't care about Deltarune.
Damn.
I've been thinking I might buy. Apparently, it's very, very, very good. The new Fantasy Life.
Right, the Switch 2 edition for that's coming out.
I might get that on there.
Is that a launch day game? Yeah.
It's out already, but like you can get the upgrade when it comes out. The Switch 2 comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting in Smash Ultimate frame 1. I need to see the 7 frames. Input delay is gone.
Well,
Do you
how
think
many
that's
of them?
actually affect anything?
There's a large amount
yes.
of the frames that are
7
like coded into the game, and it's not this console.
That's what I mean.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I mean.
There's 3 frames by default coded into the game. There are 7 frames that is the Switch 2. The Splatoon has the same issue. The Switch 2 has 7 frames of input delay. No, it's not Switch 2, sorry, Switch 1. Switch 1 has 7 frames of input delay native. And then Smash has 3 frames in it, like it normally does, so like a buffer. And then you have online on top of that. So I'm just hoping that even if that's reduced, that's such a big deal because 7 frames of delay just absolutely sucks. So
I have to take my dog outside real quick. So if you guys just keep talking, that'd be.
What? We're talking about Nintendo. I just saw in the podcast chat thing, Tito shared that list of the top 10 Nintendo games. Bro, that list is garbage. That is garbage.
That's a boomer.
We have to do one of these. That is a horrible list. What in the world?
We played the NES, SNES, and N64, and then we played the Switch.
Like, what in the world?
What is Star Fox 64 being on a top 10 Nintendo list is
of all Nintendo games
crazy.
Ever? That's insane.
I know Xenoblade 2 is up here because why am I gonna forget his name now? Simmons loves Xenoblade 2, loves it to death. So I'm pretty sure he fought to get it up there.
Well, I would probably argue, but
I just
if we were doing a congregation, I wouldn't consider it.
No, I don't think so. I think of these 10, I think Super Metroid deserves to be up there.
I would say Super Metroid and Ocarina of Time, and that's it. Maybe Mario 3.
I think Ultimate deserves to be up there.
Oh, Ultimate. I didn't see Ultimate. Yeah, Ultimate, Ocarina, and Metroid. And Mario 64, to be fair, I think has a shot if Mario it was like 10 or 9.
Mario 64 absolutely has to be in the top 10.
That's what I'm saying. But I think being above some of these other ones is a little crazy.
Either way, we'll probably eventually do something like that. Anyway,
oh, yeah. So I'm sure we will.
You'll get our answers soon enough.
I still think the DS list was crazy when we did the DS list. That DS list when we did... I mean, to be fair, I didn't hate it that Chrono Trigger ended up number 1, but like we had 4 Pokemon games, Chrono Trigger, no Kirby, which was weird that we were debating on the Kirbys and then no Kirby ended up making it on there. But...
Superstar Ultra.
It's just a very strange list. Yeah, Superstar Ultra could have been. I was with you. Shout out, by the way, to Kurai Tama, who just gifted 5 memberships as well. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. How are the member things looking, by the way, on the YouTube channel?
All right.
I can pull it up.
What's up, Tito?
I'll talk about this. I'll leave. Bro, this list is dog shit. Oh,
it's terrible.
God.
It's terrible. We were just talking about it.
I know. Holy... Is there a more I'm old as fuck ass list?
You're literally
it's a straight up boomer
exactly list, what we said. Yeah.
When I saw this list, I saw this list and I literally had it. This list is so telling that I had to look up how old Max was. I said, "You got to be at least 38. You got to be at least 38." I mean,
I'm 35, and this would not be my list.
No. But they're old heads, bro. They're old heads. Now, again, I shout out to Max. He's my favorite content creator. Like, GOAT. He's the GOAT to me. But this list is ass. This list is dog shit. Bro, Roger, look at this list, bro.
I'm looking at it right now.
64,
I mean, it's
Donkey Kong Country, Mario Bros. 3, Mario 64. Like.
Yeah, I think to me, I will say this is maybe a little bit of a hot take. I do not understand the game is good. I need to preface what I'm saying. I like Super Mario Brothers 3. I do not understand how it is always at the top of so many people's lists. Overworld?
No,
Overworld?
Is that World? That's not
World,
right?
3. No, 3 is like the Tanuki Suit NES one.
3.
That's what I'm saying. World is if you're going to go with any 2D Mario, I feel like World is the one you go with.
I thought that people picked World over. I thought people thought that was the best 2D Mario.
There's a lot of people who pick 3 over World consistently. Again, they're both good games, but World is so many leagues better. It's not even close.
World has the cape, right?
World's the cape, yeah, and Yoshi.
Oh, bro, what are we doing?
Right, the world is the cape and Yoshi, and has like the Star World, and has all the the Koopaling castles and all that kind of stuff. Mario 3 has like the Tanuki suit and the weird like airship levels and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's got good stuff in it. But yeah, Mario 3 Overworld is always strange to me.
The only thing on this list, I know y'all are not talking about this, but I have to rant and I apologize and I'll leave in a second. But like the only thing that shocked me about this list in particular, I was like, okay, there's no Kirby, not a single Kirby on this list. That's crazy.
My bad.
Oh, Zep's back. What's up, Zep?
Over a top 10 Nintendo, I don't think a Kirby would make it on. If you're top 10 of all Nintendo,
I would cut Mario 64 right the fuck now.
That's crazy.
You are. What
the fuck are we doing? This isn't a list.
That is the most. That is. Here you say you would cut Mario 64 for a Kirby game in the top 10 of all Nintendo games list. That is just. You are on something. I don't know what drugs you're taking.
I know you're
but
not
you're on drugs. Me? How I talking? You're on drugs if you think Mario 64 should be cut for a Kirby game. You're on drugs.
First of all, I don't think you're allowed to tell anyone they're on drugs for any of their takes about any list, Roger.
Well, no. The difference is I just hardcore am stubborn and stand by something I really like, and I push that shit all the way to the ending. That's how World Ends With You gets on there. That's how the Pomeranian from Tokyo Jungle gets on there. It's because I just stand by and I break the rules and I do the one thing, and I just stand for one thing and I let everybody else ride because I know I know most of you have good taste. So I know the cream will rise to the top.
All right, who doesn't? Go.
No, well, Ricky, obviously, but like, I'm saying that like you guys have good taste, so I know
everything Roger's saying right now is completely invalidated by his fucking 2025 completed games list and his Pokemon Pocket completion shit.
I just gave you flowers saying that I'm actually
no. Okay, you can give me flowers, but I'm saying your rationale to something.
I played. It's because I list everything that I beat. I still played a lot of stuff.
But that's not beating
retro. It. Yes, I beat.
No, so he really does bend the rules.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go down this list right now. Things I beat this year. Okay, actually beat the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Sonic Forces, The Punisher, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes.
Forces till this year?
No, I didn't. No. Why are you surprised?
Why are you shocked about
that? I mean, because Roger plays Sonic games, so I thought he would at least.
Yeah, but I didn't play Forces.
Yeah, that game's not that long.
I watched
like 3 times.
I did not play Forces. No, I'm not. I didn't.
He just probably heard how fucking awful it was.
I knew it was terrible. Yeah. So anyway, Forces, The Punisher, which was in the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, Yoshi's Story, Monster Hunter Wilds, all the way up to higher rank. The entirety of the new story quest of Honkai Star Rail, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, X-Men Children of the Atom, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Kirby's Adventure, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Pikmin 2, Donkey Kong Land, Gradius, and Kirby Superstar. And now Switch 2 is coming out. And that's all before Switch 2. I think that's a pretty solid amount of games that I've beaten.
So when Switch 2 comes out and you play one track on Mario Kart World, you're going to say you beat Mario Kart World?
No, I'm going to complete. When I say I complete a game like that, it's like beating arcade with every character, or it's like getting every cup of gold or something. It's not beating one track. Come on now.
So when you beat a fighting game, are you playing the story?
Yeah, of course.
Are you playing the arcade mode and you're counting that?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
so
most old games all have indicators of when they're beaten.
What do you mean? What do you mean you beat one time? X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, you got to go through the roster, man.
Yeah, you have to unlock stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Quick tangent, right? Because the Capcom Fight Collection 2 came out, and I played it, and it's great to play Power Stone 2 again. I played it online with a friend. We played co-op through story. I will say, though, I'm a little sad that it is just the arcade version of Power Stone 2. I kind of want like the PSP version that had all that extra content. Like most of the stuff's just unlocked from the get-go, but it's just like there's less to play because you don't have to unlock all that stuff in this game for Power Stone 2. You just play the story and that's kind of it. And then they have like online, but it's not 2v2, it's 1v1.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, it'd been way more fun for Power Stone 2 to have 2v2, and Power Stone 1 is only 1v1 anyway.
Can you play local 4-player?
Yeah, you can.
Like on PC?
You can play local and online 4-player.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But it's just like if their ranked mode. I almost threw the case. Their ranked mode for the game is 1v1.
I see.
Also tried Project Justice for the first time. It's a very weird game. It's interesting though.
I have it on my Steam, but I just haven't had the chance to boot it up yet.
They have remixes for Power Stone 2.
Project Justice you talking about, bro?
It's just Project Justice. Whatever one is just called Project Justice. That's the one in this.
Interesting.
But they have remixes for Power Stone 2, Project Justice, and CVS 2.
Wait, what did you mean by that?
You guys don't know what Project Justice is?
You're a sicko, Coast.
Not the game, but like Project Justice?
No.
I'm fucking out of here, man.
Go do your research, folks.
I don't want to look that up. The way Tito was laughing scares me. I don't want to look that up. Is it like a hentai or something?
No, what the fuck?
Oh.
Why is that your first thought? Hello?
You're sponsored by Faku. What do you mean?
When was the last time I brought them up? Anytime.
Last episode.
No, I did not bring them up. People bring that up to me when some shit happens.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure why all of these fighting collections are being released without crossplay, because they do all die literally in a month. The matchmaking is a ghost town.
Well, no, the people still play MVC2 because I'll boot it up on my Switch and people still play.
Yeah, but it's a very small amount of players, and if you just had crossplay, you could.
It would live longer.
That's true. That's true.
It's the same thing with like Grand Blue Relink. The fact that the PS4 and Steam version of that game you could not play together was so stupid. Because like that game is going to be niche. It was fun, but it's going to be niche, and the game needs you to play online with people who do the end game content. But it's no crossplay, so unless
crossplay benefits everyone.
This one, you're just
not just like it's not just a consumer. The people that make the game get to profit off it longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for video games. Unless anyone has something, I don't know. I haven't had motivation to play shit because I'm just waiting for Switch 2.
Yeah, I was gonna play Exhibition 33, but I just didn't get a chance to, so it's not gonna be until after Switch 2 at this point.
I beat like the first area and stopped playing. I think Adam did too.
Oh my god, no!
I just haven't gotten into it.
Oh, but it's not that you're not enjoying it. It's just that you haven't gotten to it.
I'm not like overly excited about playing it or like disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm very like neutral about the game. I've yet to see like why people are glazing it hardcore.
For me personally, it's the music is such a huge part of it. The music is
the music to me is just I haven't
really
gotten to some of them. It's not that I don't like it. It's just there's
definitely some fucking weird songs.
Yeah. And I do just genuinely love the battle system. I think the battle system is very fun. And I understand like for people who are like, oh, you know, it's the parry system like Paper Mario and it's all this other stuff. Like, yeah, it is. But it's just the way that they combined everything. Like, I agree with what Zeph was talking about, where Zeph was like, you never really need to use the dodge button ever. But there are certain builds when you're playing with Pictos where, like, if parries are difficult for you, you build around dodge. And, like, you have the extra dodge window, and then you can get the AP from those dodges and build it up and then, like, wipe out other characters. I don't know. I think
it's way too easy.
Yeah.
It is pretty easy. But just play it on expert mode, if that's the case.
It would probably still be the same thing.
Yeah, if all expert mode does is increase enemy HP and their damage even more.
It doesn't. Expert mode, like, it shortens your window for parries and it shortens your window for dodges.
That's not the problem I was having with the game.
Oh.
When I mean that it's too easy, I mean like you unlock literally every Picto like after 2 battles.
Yeah, I don't know why that's even a mechanic at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's so few battles, it's inconsequential, and it's just a nuisance. Like, if it's going to be that easy, why bother? There's nothing. There's no point. Yeah. Just let everyone have it.
I liked the Picto thing.
If it made it stronger or something, then sure.
Because then it like encouraged me to play with other Pictos and like move things around. And then by the end of the game, I figured like, oh, these are the ones I really want to use. This is what I'm going to stack on my other characters. But yeah, I don't know. The story just really hit me too, and the music is good, and it's so pretty, and I just really
more of it though, because it's like again, yeah, that game
probably
is incredibly fucking beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Night Rain doesn't have crossplay.
I bet I'm gonna make a prediction. I think we're gonna get a Switch 2 version announced at Summer Game Fest.
Well, they seem to have interest in the console.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna announce a Switch 2 version.
But did you ask me to read the member stuff or not really?
I just did. I read the member stuff.
No, not that. You asked how we're doing in members. Did you actually want that answered now or no?
Wait, what do you mean?
You read out, thank Karai for the 5 members. And you said, yeah. How are we doing in members, by the way? Did you actually want me to read that?
Oh, how are we doing it? Oh, you mean like the current member tally? I want to know.
Okay,
how many
we peaked, I think, around 603.
Nice.
All the gift subs are now decaying down, so we're at 390.
I saw the Milk Buddy emote looking good.
Yeah.
Love the Milk Buddy emote.
Make sure to get that one in before the second we hit 600. But still, even while it's decaying down, a lot of people who got gift subs are just becoming members themselves.
I love it.
I mean, that's more than I expected to stay.
People love us. I mean, what can we say? We got to book that Japan trip soon, by the way.
Yeah, I need to still get a passport, actually.
You got to do that now.
Yeah, well, I can just pay extra to get it immediate.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. Long. It takes 2 months.
Not here.
It does not.
Oh, in Canada maybe, but in US it takes 2 months. And if you rush it, I think it's only 2 weeks.
I might rush it because I'm gonna need it for August.
Yeah, you should get it ASAP.
The weird thing with this console launch for me with the Switch 2 is that the only reason I'm gonna try, I think I am gonna get Fantasy Life just to go against this, but the only reason I have a Nintendo console ever is to play Nintendo games, obviously, and there's only one right now. But I guess their idea is that all of these upgrades, but I didn't buy fucking Kirby Forgotten Land or Mario Party.
Sure.
I actually got Kirby but never played it, so this is a good excuse for me to actually play it with all the new stuff. I'll thank you, Karai, for 5 more gifted members.
That's not out yet, is it?
What?
It's not coming out launch day, the Kirby game?
I thought it was.
Air Riders?
I thought it was.
No, not Air Riders.
No. Forgotten Land.
Forgotten Land, yeah. Forgotten Land, yes it is.
It's definitely not.
Nintendo Switch 2 launch games.
Switch not. It's definitely not.
What's the other one that's coming out with Breath of the Wild?
It's just Tears of the Kingdom. It's Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are the day one.
I swear there's another one.
Maybe Mario Party might be.
Oh, no. No, because that comes out in July.
Okay, the upgrades available at launch. Yeah, it's just the Zelda games.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land comes out August 28th.
I wonder have you
all right then.
I'm assuming the experiences you only handle controllers, right?
What do you mean?
You don't get to see. You've never had an up close you could examine everything.
Oh, I played everything.
No. I mean examine the console. I'm wondering
Yeah, you literally there was a room before you walked in and you played everything. Basically, the way it was split up, you walk into a giant room that has all the consoles, and there's display cases of the consoles, and there's also the consoles that you can pick up and mess around with. They have the controllers, the consoles themselves. You could flip them and feel them and take
I wanted to just know how
icons off and everything.
Heavy the dock is going to be there because they put a pretty big fan in it.
I'm assuming it's not going to be that heavy. I think it's.
Well, I'm hoping it's a bit heavy because the current one is a flimsy piece of shit.
You guys see that ultra case that has space for the dock and everything?
I did see that. Yeah, the Switch 2 one.
That's ridiculous.
I actually got it.
I might get one of those.
They reached out to do a sponsored thing, but I wasn't able to do it because the time frame they needed it was when I'm out of town, so I'm not able to do it. But yeah, that ultra case is very cool.
I would get it because I travel enough, and every time I go someplace, I just take the Switch because it's I want to play something.
Yeah.
I take the Switch and my Steam Deck, and I'm normally good with those two. So I'll probably get it just so it's more secure when I just toss it in my bag and go someplace.
See, that's my thing with Switch 2 in particular is there's so many people who are complaining about the price, which understandable, that's fine. But there were a lot of people complaining who were well, just get a Steam Deck. And it's those people are so fucking annoying,
I know,
because I'm like, dude, okay, if you get a Steam Deck, you know what happens? I took my Steam Deck when I was gone for the holidays.
I had one too, piece of shit.
And I was like, I am so looking forward to like playing Metaphor in handheld mode. Like, this is going to be great. I can play Metaphor on a plane. It literally lasted at low settings. My Steam Deck lasted an hour and a half playing Metaphor, and then the battery died. I'm like, what is this? And because of the way that it charges when you're on the planes too, you're draining more of your battery than it's actually charging. So even if you have it plugged in on a plane, it still is not lasting. It's like, I'm sorry, it's not like, it's a cool thing. Like, I like that I have one. And I did use it to like play Lies of P in bed, you know, and I had it like hooked up to the USB
I don't,
thing on my computer.
It's not something I'd leave the house with.
No, man. No, like when all this stuff gets added, all these third-party games that like are currently on Steam Deck, when they get thrown on Switch 2, I'll play them on Switch 2. Like I like the fact that you're going to actually be able to have somewhat of a battery life to play these things. I like the Nintendo infrastructure. I'm just like, I'm over it, man. I like that I had it. It was cool for what it was, but like I think the people that are saying like, oh, if you're complaining about the price and you're like, well, just get a Steam Deck and emulate Nintendo games, it's like you're actually dumb.
Well, like, I think the Switch 2's price is... I don't think anyone... Like, normal people, I don't think are mad at that. Like, everyone's focusing on the games.
500 with Mario Kart makes sense, and 450 is, like, understandable.
But, like, the like general talk of the industry with $80, $90 games...
Yeah, that's, I think, what's making people upset, which, again, I completely understand that. That's fine.
Because you have to pay... You're paying, like, a pretty large... percentage of the console now to play a game.
Yeah, literally.
I want to say with the Steam Deck angle real fast. We just go back to that because like I still like mine, but I use it. I'm pretty sure I just use it differently than you guys do. Because like, sure, I play games in Steam like handheld, like like whatever. It's just Steam mode, whatever. I boot it into desktop mode though, and that's where I do a lot of that stuff because like. Because it's Linux and you can do anything because it's Linux, so the Linux is a pain in the fucking ass to go through their file system, but whatever. I was able to find and just look online. People had a thing that you can download a bunch of launchers and it spoofs a Windows folder on your Steam Deck. So I have Hoyo Play on my Steam Deck. Oh. So I just play Zenless. When I'm like traveling, I can boot up Zenless. So I don't want to play on my phone. I can play it on my Steam Deck.
Do you play it in handheld mode or do you play it like on a standard?
You need to boot it. Oh, I mean, I play in handheld mode, but you need to boot it into desktop mode to update Hoyo Play to update the game. But once you do that, you can just launch it from the Steam side of it, and you just launch the game. So I play Zenless on it. I use it like as a portable streaming device. So like I download OBS on it, and I have my Rode X or whatever. That's not the full name of it. But Streamer X.
Yeah, the
Streamer X. Yeah. And so I have that. I just hook it up to it, and I can stream games from this. So like that's the way I use my Steam Deck is in replace of a laptop because I don't have a laptop right now. So like for that, I think it's good. If you're just trying to do handheld stuff, no, I think the Switch is better.
Yeah.
And the Switch 2 does seem genuinely pretty strong.
I did the tax calculation and Canadian prices and all that for just Mario Kart World. On Wednesday, I have to spend $125.
Yeah, if you're not getting the bundle, you are getting if you don't get the bundle. Did you not get
the bundle?
Brother, I could not pre-order it. Hello?
Oh, right. Well, but certain stores are going to have the bundles in store.
And either way, I like collecting physical games, man.
Yeah.
Like
the Walmart one, I got a bundle because that's what Ricky wanted, but I'm giving that one to like the friend I've had since kindergarten. And so he's gonna have that one with the bundle. Then when I went,
bought Ricky a Switch 2?
No, so I went and got in line at Walmart in case Ricky couldn't get his own, but he got his own. So
okay.
I was here, so I still bought it just in case I didn't get my GameStop one. Then I got the GameStop one, and my friend, like I said, that friend, he was about to not be able to get one because they're going through him and his wife. He just recently got married, so they're dealing with stuff, moving back from Philly to New Jersey. So he was going to skip out on it, but I had it for him, so I'm gifting it to him as a wedding gift because I haven't gotten something for his wedding yet.
No, speaking of Fantasy Life, the new one, it's officially sold over 800,000.
Nice.
Which is pretty good for a level 5 game.
Especially for a level 5 like life sim cozy game.
Yeah.
Also, the original Fantasy Life, I don't think like did super well on 3DS, did it?
I liked it too, so I think I like the original. Yeah. I think I am gonna buy Fantasy Life too, or just on the Switch.
I think
What
for
is
me,
that
it's just
game
gonna be
about?
It's like, from what I've heard, it's like a combination of like you take care of your daily chores around the land you have, and then there's exploration and battling and stuff, and a story.
So almost Harvest Moon like, almost.
Yeah, but more RPG.
Okay, well, that sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah. And now my cat wants them. Hold on.
Maybe I'll grab that as my I'm traveling with my Switch game, because I never finished it, but I got I Am Setsuna on the original Switch for the same reason. I never finished that game. But
Wasn't that like a launch game?
There's gonna be shit
Yes, it was.
that I bought on the Switch one that I never played. I'm just gonna use like the first month probably to just take the time and beat.
Okay.
Actually,
that's like a quick playthrough of Scarlet and Violet with the update, and
that's something I have been playing.
Violet might do that.
I've been thinking about that. We were talking about games earlier and things I was playing. I told you I was playing a lot of retro games. I
think I'm gonna do the same.
I love HD2D. Like, I love the HD2D games. And one that I never got the opportunity to play was that remake of Star Ocean, like Second Story.
Oh yeah.
And I started playing it just on my Switch during one of like the flights that I took, and I was really liking it, and it runs pretty well. So I was actually going to download that on my Switch too, like day one, and just play it on there. Because I do imagine there's going to be something where like just booting up the game on Switch 2 is going to make games run slightly better anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll probably just play it that way for a while too. I like what I played though.
What the? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I do wish the launch had at least one more. Like, Mario Kart is gonna keep me busy, I get, like, forever. But I don't even know, like, is there a story mode? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't think there is. I think it's literally you just play, and then it's like the open world, and you're discovering all the little secrets, and it's like unlocking all the characters.
Yeah, but I feel like the open, like the free roam mode, there's something is gonna have to push you somewhere to do something.
Yeah,
and you have to unlock.
I'm like also thinking maybe I just wait a month to pick it up, because I don't know if I'm gonna be playing World and Scarlet and Violet to hold me over for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I mean you could wait a month for sure.
Well, then I have to bank
Kong.
on that there are restocks up until then, and then I could easily get my hands on one.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait for DK, man. That game is going to be so good. Just having played what I played at that Switch event, I cannot wait.
It looks really crazy.
It's awesome. Even have you guys been like keeping up with the Nintendo Today stuff? They've been showing
also actually with that, Roger. What is your plans? Weren't you going to do like a short series with that or something?
How about we worry about that after I get back from the cruise? That's my answer to that.
What?
But yeah,
what happened?
I am. The answer is yes, I am still doing that. But I'm basically going to do it as a short series. So basically, my thought process is that on like a Monday before we go live with Japan time, I basically for like an hour just look up everything on the schedule of like interesting things that were on Nintendo Today, edit it, and then just put it up as like a short. And then we upload it as like a precursor to whatever the show is over on the YouTube channel. But it would be a short series when it happens, bringing back the pick of the day and doing it through Nintendo Today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I haven't had time to do it, but I will start after I get back. But it's still happening. So don't worry, people. It's still happening.
Look, I just saw a question earlier today. What? It just popped in my head to bring it up. No, it was.
The pick of the day thing. Well, yeah, because the reason I say that with the Nintendo Today is they've shown like a lot of stuff regarding Donkey Kong, like new facial animations and music and levels and stuff, and it looks amazing. It's like what I've wanted a 3D Donkey Kong game to look like. And again, having played it and seeing it's more of an action game than it is like a platformer, and the kind of like Red Faction destructible environment aspect of it, I just think it's just great, man. It's great. I can't wait for it. Most anticipated game of the year right now for me.
DK?
Yeah.
I won't lie. I'm more excited for this Mario Kart than I've been excited for Mario Kart in a very long time.
Well, it's like different.
Really?
Yeah, because
Some of the overworld challenges look genuinely pretty hard.
I just like more active kart racers, and like Mario Kart 8, you don't do anything. You drift occasionally, you drive, and you throw items. That's it. Which, like, to me, it's way more exciting now that this jump thing is there. So now if an item's coming at me, I can time a jump to get over it. I don't need a specific item to beat the item. The grinding is cool. The wall running is super cool. Like, all that stuff just, like, I love that ability to come up with cool stuff while you're in the midst of a race and optimize all that. Well, Mario Kart, to me, 8 at least, felt very, you're just racing. And, like, there was fire hopping, but I did not like fire hopping, personally. I mean, I like snaking, and they got rid of snaking. That was like the way Mario Kart was active, and when that was gone, it just felt like I'm not really doing anything anymore.
I just think it's so funny that the characters in this one are literally named Dolphin, Cow, and like Penguin. And they don't even have like cute names. They're just
the advertising for them too is pretty funny.
It is weird to me though that like they added all these, like, it's really cool that they finally added all these like random characters. But it's still weird that they're omitting stuff. Like, you see him in the overworld. Like, the fact that Nabbit isn't a playable character in Mario Kart is weird. And especially now that they're adding all this stuff.
Nabbit, yeah. Doesn't Nabbit have a thing to do in the overworld?
Yeah, but
Which is like why they're not racing? Yeah, it is.
I still think you could, because there's like Goombas in the tracks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I like that you could race as what's the name of the little crab guy? He's not just crab.
Sidestepper.
Sidestepper. I can't wait to play as him. He's going to be my new main. Rosalina, Sidestepper, and Pianta. Those are going to be my 3.
I also really like their stuff to like. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I like it in games, but there's stuff to unlock. Yes, in Mario Kart you unlock carts and all this stuff, but the fact that there's costumes for characters, you can unlock all those by playing them. I love that stuff. Like, I was sad in Soul Calibur 6. When you couldn't unlock weapons like you could in the older games. Like, that was my favorite part of the older Soul Caliburs, was like making custom characters and unlocking different weapons for characters with effects. And then 6 just didn't have that.
I just want to play. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or I'm still good to go? I just don't know what is happening or has been happening.
Yeah, I'm like, what else is going on? I've been busy. I've been out of the loop.
How many things have you gone to?
Bro, I can't even count. It's like I've been going nonstop for like 3 weeks. It was that commercial shoot that I did with Bandai Namco. It was the whole Epic Universe preview that was in Orlando. It was Combo Breaker. Some other stuff I can't talk about even yet. The Switch 2 stuff is happening. Getting all my officiant license stuff in order for this upcoming week where I'm officiating a wedding, getting things ready for Summer Game Fest. Fidel's coming in for like a weekend for the Summer Game Fest thing, so he's going to be streaming from my place, then helping him with like all the stuff that happened to his channel. It's just a lot, man. There's too much going on. And then planning for this thing I'm doing in August with Konami. That's been a whole thing, and it's just a lot of stuff, man. It's all good stuff, but it's just a lot. And it's all tied to like sponsorships and approvals and like things need to get done at a certain day, and it's like, when I'm out of town I can't do it, and then I'm on different timing and things have to get changed, but I've already filmed that thing like 2 weeks ago, so I have to go redo that thing, and it's just a lot, man. It's a lot, but it's all good. Again, I'm suffering from success, so
yeah, at least imagine if these places didn't fly you and you had to...
Oh, I'd be dead. Yeah, they didn't fly me. I would have no money. Yeah. I'd be gone. Man, if they didn't take me, I'd be gone.
I think that's about it then. Thanks everyone for listening this time. I don't know why I said this time. You guys listen every time.
Didn't listen last time, bro?
I don't know. They listen every time. I don't know what the fuck I just said.
Oh, I did think of something. Wait a minute.
Okay, let's keep going.
McDareth, are you caught up to One Piece?
No, but it's fine if you want to talk about something.
Did you guys read the latest chapter?
Not
he
latest.
Said he wasn't caught up, bro.
No,
it's
he said it's fine. He said it's fine.
I watched the anime, so it's fine.
I'm not fine. with it.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not caught up.
Oh yeah,
I really should catch up.
You should right now catch up.
Yeah,
because you will absolutely. You're going to be spoiled on stuff.
Behind.
Yeah, you should read it literally the second you get off this call. Go read it because
I'm good.
Spoilers are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
To be honest, I haven't seen anything One Piece spoiler related for.
That's good. I mean, you got lucky the fact that you haven't seen anything. It might just be your algorithm, but like it's been going around, and the thing that's happening currently in the story is like very lore heavy, and it's very cool. The arc is getting very good. So
yeah.
I think I started watching the anime again. They basically stopped right after they left Wano, and I've been just waiting.
Yeah,
now there's a bunch, so I can start watching it again.
Yeah, now's a good time. Also, the anime right now is really good too with the flashback. The anime episodes for the past like 3-4 weeks have been great.
Another fucking flashback. God.
It's like, well, it's a good flashback. It's a good.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be more interesting. Like the Wano one's just like, oh my god.
Well, the Wano one, there are some that are ass in Wano. Wano is just like a very mixed arc. There's some good stuff, like with the Whitebeard Oden stuff is good.
I really loved the like in the anime, all the basically like you watched the Gold Roger speedrun.
Right. Right.
Hey, Roger, was there another flashback after like the last flashback that's happened recently?
In the manga or in the anime?
In the manga.
No, there has not been a flashback in the manga. No.
I think that's what they'd fall back on. Like you know how every hacky shonen, after it's finished, they have kids that look identical, but like fucked up mutant small head versions of them.
Sure.
Yeah, I think One Piece would just fall back on like a prequel where it's just Gold Roger.
I would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd much rather that than have like Two Piece or whatever.
Luffy's kids or whatever.
Yeah,
that would suck.
Because like I'm assuming by the time One Piece is over, a lot or almost everything in the world will be fixed up. But
you mean in the world of One Piece?
Yeah,
not in the real world. Oh yeah, I was like,
what? No, dude. But
that's why I was confused.
Yeah, so like they'd have to pull a Boruto, and now there's aliens in One Piece.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I mean,
the fact that Boruto was going in such a bad route. It's Kishimoto, right? Is that his name? Or I keep mixing.
Kishimoto came back.
Yes. Yeah. Kishimoto came back because I'm pretty sure. Like the rumor was they were going to kill Naruto. It's like, what are you doing?
Shitty too.
I mean, Naruto's alive, so I'll take that. They did something else that annoys me, but you know, Naruto's alive.
They should have, dude. They had the perfect blueprint for. They could have just gone back to the old school where they're just doing dumb little missions and shit.
Sure.
But then, and then they have like a big bad guy eventually, but like a Zabuza. But and they had the whole thing like Naruto couldn't come help them because he's tied up doing village stuff. But
sure,
nope, aliens that are just as strong as Naruto.
Yeah. Well, my thing that bothered me at the start of Boruto, at least, is like I get it. You kind of go back to that early Naruto, but you're coming off of Shippuden. So after watching all of Naruto Shippuden. And the first fucking 100 episodes of the Boruto anime are all bullshit filler. It just feels
the Boruto anime is like just completely inexcusable that exists in the way that it does. I will say, like, I think something that One Piece is succeeding at currently, which I was somewhat concerned about going into this arc, is I think they're doing a good job of retconning without retconning the strength of the giants. I feel like a lot of the stuff in Elbaf, I think my concern was like, we've seen these giant characters pre-time skip, right? And like, if you're scaling, not that power scaling matters in One Piece at all, right? But like, if you're looking at the scale of the strength of characters pre-time skip to post-time skip, and the way that people talked about the giants, you have to assume that these giants would at least be capable in like scary kind of situations. And like what's going on in Elbaf right now is, as Zeph, as you know, is like a very scary kind of situation.
Yeah.
And I think they're setting it up nicely where like you're going to be able to like see the strength of these giants over the course of, you know, the rest of the story arc, while still like not lacking on giving world building lore that's going to be important going into Final War. Cause I think so many people still are like, oh yeah, there's so much One Piece left. And it's like pretty clearly now when you are reading this current arc, and even like the last arc in Egghead, it's like, no, we actually are like in the end game. Like we are absolutely, I mean, they're straight up marketing it as the final saga now. But like it's pretty clear now when you're seeing what's happening. It's like, oh yeah, we actually are like close to the end. Like the things they're talking about, the reveals that are happening, and even something else that was. I guess I can't talk about it because Coast isn't caught up, but we are getting close, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess we can call it. Are you traveling a lot more?
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we'll get back to normal, but
well, we will be back to normal after this cruise. So after
when are you going on your cruise?
The 11th to the 18th.
Okay.
Oh, so you can record a video tomorrow then, right?
I mean, I'm literally recording videos tomorrow. I won't be here, but I'm recording videos tomorrow. Yeah. Why? What are you doing?
Got to make some YouTube content, brother.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I mean, if I'm around, I should be free before 3 my time. But then after 3,
then we cannot do it tomorrow. Then.
Okay, well, there you go. And then I'm definitely not free the rest of the week. But right after I get back,
I don't think this video is getting done, bro.
I mean, we'll find some time.
Well, we're doing a show Monday.
No, not that. Coast was planning he wanted to test out a new style of content. We just need people.
What was the style of content? Let's talk about it. What is it?
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I just need people around with a Switch, and
you should at least tell people what it is. So not us, but off stream. You should at least.
No, there's no reason to.
Then no one's gonna want to do it.
How does that have any effect? I just need people with a Switch and expansion pack, and
if they don't know what they're doing, then they won't want to do it.
That's not true.
Well, that's exactly what I'm not. I don't want to do it.
I think people, they don't do it anyways.
I will. I mean, I will do it, but when I have time. But I'm just like dying over here, man. Gotta find time.
Yeah, I'm just down for anything. You tag Japan time. I basically have to force myself to sometimes not to respond. Not respond. I'm just around normally.
Okay, well, good episode. I guess nah. The next one we'll do. Tomorrow? I don't know when this is.
Tomorrow.
The next one we'll do I don't know when, maybe right before Roger goes or something. So at least we have one.
Okay, so we're doing an episode of Japan Time on Monday, and then if I'm looking at the calendar, I get back the following Wednesday. So if you guys record an after hours for the next week, you can do it that week when I'm gone and just have a different guest on.
Yeah.
And then the 23rd, we're back to regular Japan time again.
Yeah.
And then I'm here. I'm not going anywhere until August at that point. From June until mid-August, even early August, because we'll all be together at Evo too. So it's and even then I'm on the same time zone. It's still Pacific time. So it's not too crazy. And I go to Vegas all the time. But from June until realistically probably November then, if we're not doing the other thing I was going to do in September, I'll be around. So our schedule should be pretty much back to normal. It's been a crazy month, and I apologize for people who are what's going on? But I will be pretty much back to normal after I get back, which is going to be nice.
Okay, so what?
Do we want to plan something for Summer Games Fest? We like to do those streams together for some of those. Do we want to do that for Summer Games Fest?
I don't even know what it is or what.
It's Friday, which means I can't even be on it. I'm not even going to be able to react to it until after I get back home because I'm doing wedding stuff all day. I think, because it's noon Pacific time, which is just the worst possible time for them to be able to do it. Where I wish I could co-stream it, but I'm just not able to. So I'll probably just wait and then do reactions to whatever the trailers are that are hyped from it after I get back.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here.
Sounds good.
Everyone watching, thank you, and we'll be back to normal. We're gonna record one still next week. It'll just won't have Roger.
You should. Yeah,
I'm gonna try getting this back to its usual schedule. I've just been busy too.
And the usual schedule works good because we're already here on Mondays at 5 anyway. So it's just like easy to fit in.
I'm going to end the stream on my end. Goodbye, everybody.